So you know all those hustle culture memes that are all like, oh yeah, I'm out here grinding 24/7. This machine runs on coffee. I'll sleep when I'm dead. Yeah, there's kind of like this idea that to be a successful entrepreneur, you have to work every waking moment and completely annihilate your physical and mental health. Well, as a successful entrepreneur, I can tell you that I work like 2 hours a day. It's bad. It's really bad. So I thought I'd challenge myself and try to do 8 hours of actual work for every day for 1 week straight, and let's see what happens. How hard could it be? I used to do this all the time for my regular job. Wow, I love waking up to this every morning. First got to clean my kitchen though, because it's a dump from all the crazy partying I did last night. Yeah, that's much better looking. So on a walk now. I try to walk an hour every day. Otherwise, I start to get jittery and feel like my legs are going to fall off. Alright, done with my walk. Soaked some beans last night. Gonna prep those. Just pop them in the Instant Pot. And then I'll get to work. Alright, just finished up working on a script. That counts as game dev because making videos is marketing, which is a crucial part of game development. Then I worked on a game a bit for my next Game Jam, 4Devs Game Jam video. Trying out a vegan burger recipe here, kind of loosely based on this. See how it goes. That was way more filling than I expected. Anyways, editing podcast episode right now, and then get back to game dev. Just finished video chatting some friends and realized it's almost 8 and I've only done like 4 hours of work, so let's nail out a couple more here. And I just realized it's also snowing. What the hell? That is disgusting. Look at that. Oh my god. Why do I live here? Alright, been another 2 hours, got a lot of stuff done, implemented this whole upgrade system, and some more basic gameplay stuff. Feeling pretty tired, so I'm gonna go to the gym. It's about 9:30, now's a good time to go because there's nobody there. Alright, worked out, showered, ate. Gonna grind out these last 2 hours. Alright, almost 1 a.m. Just about to close out my 8 hours here. Today I finished recording the voiceover for my video script and edited the whole thing. Then just going to probably start editing this video actually, so I don't have to do a whole bunch of work at the end of the week. Morning, just in a Zoom call with family for a couple hours and just worked on my game. Got a lot done, and then right now I'm just waiting for podcast episode to render, and I can't work while that's rendering. You can hear my computer just going wild as it renders. Waiting for things to render counts as work, right? So I can just do whatever I want. Cool. Alright, 1:30, 4 hours done, halfway through. Just doing video editing now, and I guess I'll take a break and get back to it in a bit. Alright, calling it there for the day. I did a bunch of work on the Jam game, did a ton of level design and tweaks and stuff. Right now, all I really need to do is add sound effects and music and a boss fight, and then I want to mess more with the art assets and try adding more of that in, so we'll see how that goes. Also edit a bunch of the next podcast episodes, so that's cool. And then, yeah, it's only 10:30 right now, so doing a little better than yesterday. What's up? Day 3 here. Just woke up and did 4 hours of work straight, and yeah, added in
sound effects and music for the Jam game, and almost finished the boss fight, and then I just got to playtest a bunch. I want to mess with the visuals some more, and then I'm going to put it on Patreon and have people there playtest it. And then yeah, done with that, so that's cool. And then yeah, I'm going to take a break now and hang out with some friends online, and then cook and eat, go on a walk, that kind of thing, and then finish up the rest of it. I'm forgetting to record things, but anyways, 12:30 now. I finished the Jam game, it's done. Probably going to need to tweak a few things here and there as people play test it and stuff on my Patreon, but it's done. And only took 7 hours today, so the last hour I spent researching for a video I want to do in the future. Yeah, so I'm gonna go to sleep and try to get 8 hours tonight. Day 4, just having a chill Saturday right now, just messing with shaders and stuff, and doing a bunch of research for my next Rock Flesh devlog before I start working on it. And I realized that this video is getting pretty repetitive, so I thought I'd, show off my book collection. Alright, so first up, I got this book, Lost Transmissions, and it's just like little biographies of different sci-fi and fantasy authors throughout history, and it's pretty cool. There's a lot of people in here I've never heard of before, and a lot of really interesting stories and stuff they mention, and yeah, pretty cool if you're into that kind of thing, if you're into history. Next up, Elemental Magic. It's all about how to do hand-drawn special effect animations. It's actually a pretty boring book. The author isn't the best teacher. He takes like 2 pages to explain something that could be explained in like 1 sentence or 1 paragraph. So it is a bit of a slog to get through, but if you're into animation, probably a cool read. Alright, Art and Arcana, Dungeons & Dragons Visual History. This is so cool. If you're into D&D or any RPGs or fantasy or whatever, like this is such a cool book. So much art in here, and it just covers the whole history of Dungeons & Dragons and how it started and all the iterations they went through and all the art iterations they went through. Like here's what it used to look like, here's what it looks like today, and a lot of cool stuff in here. Very fun, very enjoyable read. Read the whole thing. Alright, Virtual Reality Madness, 1996. I randomly found this at a bookstore a few years ago. It's on sale for like $1 or something. I had to get it. I mean, it's just published in 1996, covers like how to make VR games and applications using cutting edge technology for that era. I really want to do a whole video on this. Maybe if I could make friends with some retro computing YouTubers who have like all this hardware and stuff for that, all the hardware needed to actually like make this stuff, and the software too. There's a lot of weird old tech in here I've never heard of before. It's pretty fun to read through because they even mention stuff like apparently there was like going to be some VR version of HTML, so websites could have like 3D in them or something. Pretty interesting. Wow, looks like something I'd make. Tricks of the Game Programming Gurus. I found this on Google Books. I searched for game programming and filtered by 19th century. I think this was published in, I can't remember, 94 or something. Yeah, 94, right there. Copyright 1994. And it's all about how to make a first-person shooter in C with DOS. And they advertise it as like, make a Doom clone or whatever, but it's really just a Wolfenstein clone. I think when this came out, Doom was like brand new, cutting edge, and nobody could make a Doom engine unless you were like an actual genius. But it is pretty cool to read through, and there is actually some genuinely good advice in here. Like they have sections covering 2D and 3D and the math behind them, and that's like still relevant today. But then they also have stuff like how to use mode 2H on the VGA adapter for DOS or stuff like that. That's like not relevant anymore, but it is a pretty fun read. I do recommend it. It's just like $8 for used copy online. Also got the Phantom Atlas. It's like this book of all the like fake things on maps or just like made up things, and there's a lot of random like made up fantasy and stuff in here. Like people are like, oh yeah, this place has giants or whatever, and they invent all these stories and stuff. So it's pretty fun to read for like ideas for, I don't know, D&D settings or stories and stuff like that. Like, look at all these things. All right, so the last book here is like this history of Art Deco art, I guess. The style, paintings done in it, drawings done in it. Very cool. A lot of nice pictures to look at, and fun to like learn about the culture and stuff. Anyways, cool to skim through. That's all my physical books. I also have some digital books. I recommend Masters of Doom, Making of Karateka and Prince of Persia, and Hackers by Stephen Levy. A lot of stuff in there about game developers decades ago and like their lives and things they did. Pretty fun reads. I want to get physical copies of them at some point to put on a shelf. So it's like only 8:15 right now, and I've already finished my 8 hours for the day. Not really sure how that happened. I just kind of sat down and just kept working without noticing the time. I think it's because I was actually doing fun stuff that I enjoyed today. Making like small creative things and researching interesting game development topics that's like what I really enjoy doing, and all the other stuff is just kind of things that I have to do, right? Like editing videos, researching stuff for videos. Like, I don't know, sometimes it's interesting, but the stuff that I truly enjoy is making the small creative things and figuring out how to do that. That's what I enjoy, but that doesn't really make much money, right? I can't pay bills with that, and I can't market my games with that. But today, I'll show you what I made. I did this super cool cutscene here for Rot Flesh. Just, yeah, messed around with cinematic stuff, which I've never really done before. I should probably put an overlay on this actually, so you can see the direct video. But yeah, I've never done stuff like this before. Just messing around with cinematics and having fun with that and just making things that look cool and interesting and exciting. And it was really fun. It was really fun to do this. And it got me really excited about the game. And then besides that, I just worked on editing this video a bunch and kind of caught up on that. Just seeing how it's going. It's actually more interesting than I expected it to be. I was kind of expecting a really boring, just like, here's what I did today. But there's actually some fun stuff in it, so I'm excited about that. I think one thing that helped speed up my time today was I was watching a lot of tutorials as part of my research, and like, you can do other stuff while you watch tutorials, right? So I could just do chores and like dishes and laundry and stuff, so that sped me up quite a bit. But anyways, I don't know, I guess I'll go to the gym and then I'll probably watch a movie or something. I don't know. I wasn't expecting to have free time today, but yeah, here I am. Worked on shaders a bit today, and then, I don't know, chores or something. Ordered food today, for once not cooking. Looks like a really nice day to spend inside doing nothing. Very sunny. So I'll keep the curtains closed so I can see my screen better. Alright, that's the end for today. I made this really cool intro, which was a lot of fun, or title screen I guess, for Rot Flesh. And then I just worked on editing the video, which was miserable. It's when you spend 2 hours editing and you'd only get like 1 minute edited, it's just, oh, you know, it's going to be a slog. This video better get 1 million views. Oh my god, it's a 9-minute video too. I'm just like, it's going to be so much. But I'll have it done hopefully by Tuesday, I guess, and then I don't have to think about it anymore. It's construction. Only a few weeks till I move. Don't have to. I'm just laying the foundation for an entire building. Just casually start doing that next to my apartment. Anyways, today I am video editing. Basically, I'm doing a thing where I edit 1 minute of the video and then I reward myself with a YouTube video or working on something actually fun, like my game. 6 minutes done out of 9. Getting there. I'm gonna go on a walk now. I got distracted and designed a Resident Evil 2 clone. Here's the main character and some other sketches. It's done. Well, I still need to like add music and like polish up some transitions and stuff, but all the content is laid out. Of course, a car drives by right when I start talking. Yeah, all the content's laid out. Everything's there. All the hard part's done. Now I can just like polish it up and it's done. And it's 11 p.m. and I've finished my work for the day. Hell yeah. Yeah, it's day 7, pretty much done. Just today, I just taking it easy and I don't know, messing around, having fun. I've been working on this kind of Resident Evil Silent Hill style thing. And yeah, just messing around with this character controller and then doing some character modeling, messing around with that. Still very early process of that. Yeah, I'm gonna go on a walk and go grocery shopping and stuff, and then yeah, last day. Alright, I just finished 8 hours. Here's what I got on the little project so far. Just made some graphics for the character. That took most of the day. I'm a very slow 3D modeler and I always put way too much detail. That doesn't even show up in this kind of rendering, but it's pretty fun just to walk around with this character controller, and I definitely want to turn it into something complete someday. Alright, so my thoughts on this 8 hours a day game development. It was a lot easier than I was expecting. Like at first it was very straining and a lot harder than I was, it was very difficult at first. And I was kind of expecting that because I do a lot more stuff in my spare time now that I wasn't doing when I was working full time at a normal job, at my regular job. I exercise more and I talk to friends and stuff almost every day, video chatting. I didn't show that really in the videos. And yeah, just a lot more like side fun things. And I was finding that I literally had no spare time doing all that stuff on top of 8 hours. I would have like literally no downtime to just watch YouTube videos or something, which I feel like it's kind of difficult when you don't have that like downtime of just nothing to recharge. So I think, yeah, towards the end of the week, I was definitely like simplifying my day a lot and cooking less fancy stuff and just, just cutting down and being more efficient with my day. Got a lot done. I got a lot of work done. Like this was definitely like several weeks worth of work done in like 1 week, right? But do you actually need to do this much work to be successful? Like, I don't think so, because I didn't do this much to get to where I am. Like when I built my YouTube channel, I was doing like 5 to 10 hours a week, like 1 or 2 hours after work, a few days a week, and then a few hours on the weekends, right? And that's really all you need to like build it up. And then to maintain it, like, I mean, I could really be doing that same amount of work and probably be fine, but then a lot of my projects would just take ages, which I would like to work more on, like this is kind of why I got into this, was so that I could do more, right? But yeah, you don't need to work insane amounts to like succeed at this. And even for me now, like I'm gonna like not do 8 hours a day. Like I'm probably gonna aim for like 5 to 6 hours a day, weekdays only, and yeah, take weekends off. And like I don't think you need to work crazy amounts. Like it's just not needed. Like I mean, yeah, like right now when I was doing this, it was still like, I don't think I was fully working for all 8 hours. I think like when I was working as a software developer, I would really only get like 4 hours of real work done in a day because of meetings and like checking, figuring out how I need to do stuff, and just so much. I mean, if you ever worked an office job, you know what I mean? Like you don't get 8 hours of work done in an 8 hour day. And even like with this, it was just at a certain point, just the strain of like too much work. I just like keep getting distracted and like checking Twitter and stuff, and it was just too much. Yeah, I think like 5 to 6 hours is more reasonable for like focused actual work as a goal. Yeah, I mean, that's about all there is to it. I feel like if you're doing more than that, you need to like readjust priorities. I don't understand how companies do crunch. Like, you don't need it. At least I don't. I've never like dealt with that. I don't do crunch. I mean, there's been periods where I've done like insane amounts of work in like short periods of time, but it's not fun. And I never really needed it. So yeah, I don't encourage it. Anyways, I hope this video was in some way helpful or relevant to you. I don't want to be like, oh wow, look, my week was so hard because I had to work 8 hours a day. Isn't that crazy? Like, it's just more of an experiment to show, I guess, what you can expect if you get into my position of being self-employed as a game developer, right? Because I think that's everyone's ideal. And yeah, I mean, being able to do this and not have to overwork and just take it easy and have fun, that's really all you need. Like, and I'm making a living off of it. I'm not a millionaire or anything, or anywhere even close, but who cares? Like, it's fun, and I'm not destroying my health. Anyway, yeah, see ya.